Hello, Internet! Welcome to Crossover Catch.
The show where I measured Luigi's dawn again. A second time.
He's trying, but like, yeah. He's got
That's a criteria that's a criteria to enter politics, I think.
Yeah, I'm sure you're wondering what we're doing here, but today we're gonna talk about Death Battle.
Yeah, we've been gone a while, and they just kept going. We asked them to wait politely, and then they kicked Hyper specifically down a flight of stairs and spit on him. And
How are you doing, Hyper? You doing good today?
What's Death Battle?
Oh, his life's fucking great.
God.
His life's improved like so much since we last did this.
Bro, he's making a full recovery. He'll be able to see his family again at the end of the month.
Well, very
The
proud of you, Hyper.
We're in a live stream.
So yeah, it's been a bit. I'm gonna say it's mostly Gumball's fault.
Yeah, you see, having a job really gets in the way
I've got
of
plenty of content loaded for Blood Reichtober, one of which would be a Buffy vs. Blade review, but this is instead taking my time away from that. But it has been like written and recorded, so like it'll be done in a day. It'll be done in like a day.
Yeah.
It's hard to say.
Yeah, but it's
they had to mention folklore in the intro to Blade's analysis, and you know I had to put my 2 cents in. I hunted down Family of the Vudulak. I believe in Russian it's like Vudulik, the Family of the Vudulik, and it's actually quite not bad for a 1839 novella that never got published and then was published much later in French and then translated back into English.
All right. So, the first episode that came out since the last time we were on here was Hulk versus Godzilla. The one that Nemesis can't talk about because of his involvement in the episode.
What
this
I
is
can
just
talk
going to be
about,
me and Hyper.
Is that there were many times where you would say something, and then Hyper and I would go into DMs without saying anything during the call, and be like, "Does he know?"
He doesn't know anything.
He doesn't know.
I knew it was on the Kickstarter lineup, and people still make fun of me for it. I saw the World Breaker tier, and I said in the podcast, man, it would be really funny if that was a Kickstarter goal. And the next fucking day, it was. And people act like I'm stupid for it.
But then straight up, in the middle of one recording, you say, when Godzilla wins. And I just had to sit there like...
Yeah. You sure won, buddy.
Hyper sends me a DM at the exact same time I send him one in response to that. We both immediately jumped to it.
It was quite humorous.
It was quite entertaining. You're a funny man sometimes.
If nothing else, I want to work on this show just to fuck with people the same way you guys are messing with me.
It was quite funny.
Anyways, yeah, I like the episode. That was fun.
This was a fun episode for me. I like the quotes at the beginning and the story aspect for what little they were able to do with all the history surrounding them. Obviously, it's going to be pretty funky in places. Like, Bruce's backstory didn't really get expanded on until, I guess, it was more so to focus on his relationship with Hulk and all the different personalities, and all one personality that actually showed up in the fight.
No. It starts with Savage, and then when he you notice he gets bigger when he absorbs radiation from like the atomic breath, like the -1 reference. That's supposed to be like World Breaker and shit. Those are different personalities. Okay. And Banner technically is his own one, but I know what you mean. I'm not going to get pedantic on that one.
Yeah. There is a weird hiccup in the analysis where they bring up World Breaker and then talk for like 30, 45 seconds of unrelated stuff and then go back to And when we say World Breaker, we mean it. That feels really weird pacing wise, but people
You're
say I'm
saying
nitpicking on it.
you're saying that right, as if the issue isn't the fact that they go like, yeah, he like shook infinity. He also destroyed a universe. He also like busted a star. And when we say World Breaker, I mean we mean it. He destroyed a planet too. That's funky. That's like it's in reverse. Death battle
You know,
in
I was
reverse.
magnificent. But yeah, I thought that was funky, and I know people were saying that I was nitpicking. And oh my god, is this what you have to deal with all the time?
Yes.
And then Godzilla's analysis. So I imagine copying Godzilla is going to be a Herculean feat that you're gonna fuck up no matter what, simply by the basis of what it is. I remember the insult to Scrappy Doo joke, and I thought, I don't get that, but I feel like Nemesis would. Then I saw his statement in the credits, and I was like, he's probably responsible for that now.
No. I'm not responsible for that. I do get the comparison between Manila and Scrappy Doo. They're both widely hated. They're both like the young kid. At the same time, they also both saved their franchises. So there's like a genuine comparison, not just in how people dislike them, but in their value to the franchise. Scrappy Doo was very important to the history of Scooby-Doo, and Son of Godzilla was very important to the history of Godzilla. Without Manila, you don't have good guy hero Godzilla, you don't have the super successful later Showa films, as well as the completely unsuccessful ones too, while we're at it. You don't have Gigan, you don't have Hedorah, you don't have Megalon, you don't have Mechagodzilla without Manila in Son of Godzilla giving you that conversion from villain Godzilla to full hero, or anti-hero Godzilla to full hero Godzilla. Manila is very important, even if he stinks a bit.
So what you're saying is that this should also be a death battle.
No, I'm not. But I can see it.
Listen, I think Scooby-Doo Apocalypse at the very least provides something.
I guess Scrappy-Doo does have a kaiju form, so maybe two. Is it two? One or two? He can be giant and punch.
Okay, so I know you're referring to the James Gunn movie. The other one I also imagine is from Apocalypse. He's not all that big there. He's like the size, just a little bit over the size of a human.
Yeah, so Manila, he varies a lot. I think the smallest he gets is in a dream, though. In a dream, he's like slightly taller than a kid.
I think it would be a fun idea simply to save the rep of the characters.
Like it would not succeed at that.
It wouldn't. It would not succeed, but it would paint a narrative. It would win over some people. I know that the Scooby-Doo fandom is trying to make people realize that Scrappy wasn't all that bad. So if anything, I think the episode would at least have momentum for that angle. Anyway.
Yeah.
And then the fight. This is apparently one of the closest fights of the show in terms of research and stuff like that. The animation did not convey that for me.
Now, I'm not sure how far I can comment on this sort of thing, but I can say that I do see where you're coming from, and it is an issue I have a little bit too.
The other Hulk episode,
100, 1,000 times, a million, a trillion. I can't get over that. And also I think I understand. I don't know why. I just love all of Bruce's lines. They're just either really cool or really funny.
I love Bruce in this fight.
No, Bruce is the best part of the episode, and I'm so glad that there was finally a Hulk episode that actually made him important. Like the other ones, I guess he was just kind of AFK.
Bruce Banner fans are lucky that Ultima was included, because I can guarantee you that I don't think there would have been any reason for him to be there if Ultima wasn't. What could he add?
And then there's this other part, the not so fun part, the part that I know Nemesis is familiar with. Godzilla fans kind of suck.
Yeah, but we're not talking about the fan base. We're talking about the fight.
Okay.
I think
So the other Hulk episodes had a huge emphasis on the gore, and the lack of that here on Hulk's side kind of bothers me.
Yeah, that I can recognize. Hulk doesn't really get injured until he dies the first time, and then he's just getting like one shot over and over. Which, like, yeah, that's cool, but at that point, he's Green Doored. You know?
Yeah, once the Green Door comes into play, it doesn't feel like he's in any danger whatsoever.
I really get that. That is, if I had more control over the episode myself, I would have had Hulk being like having to regenerate from being blasted a few times. You know.
Maybe we could have seen something like that in his World Breaker transformation, like his model restored as it regens, as it gets angrier.
Yeah,
a little touch there.
Something like that would have been what was done. But I'm not in
the
charge.
The gore on Godzilla's good. The part where his jaw like rips open and he turns into like a Muppet, that part is very well done. The Ultima model, fan made. A lot of Godzilla stuff here was fan made, but they remedied as much as they could, and they gave the model proper credit. So that is very all well and dandy on that front.
And unlike with Scorpion, they didn't spell the creator's name wrong.
Speaking of fan-made stuff, one of the suits in Godzilla's preview was fan-made, and it was fun to figure out his adventure, his journey, if you want to talk about that for a bit.
It's not one. It's not just one.
Well, not one, but you know the one,
yes,
right?
there are. So some of the suits used in that opening like crawl of like there have been the X incarnations of Godzilla were made by fans, like actual physical suits that you can wear. It's so cool. Like, it's so cool. And like looking at the website that like links you to these suits and these renders of like what they look like, there's some great stuff there. There's obviously some like cheaper stuff that's got its own charm, absolutely. But there's like a Showa Mechagodzilla suit that looks so close to the model. And someone made the anime Mechagodzilla like physical. Like a physical version of Nanometal Mechagodzilla. That's so cool.
Which suit ended up in the German car insurance commercial again?
I think it was Godzilla 2000. Well, it looks more like Mega Gyrus because it's got like the longer snoot and the greener scales, but the shorter snoot, I think. But it is meant to be Godzilla 2000. I'm pretty sure that's the one, or it was the Heisei one. One of those two showed up in a German like fucking commercial as not Godzilla. It's not Godzilla, but it does happen to look exactly like Godzilla. It's quite funny.
Due to copyright laws, it is not.
Nein, das ist not Godzilla. Das ist
I want Austin Powers on the show. Anyway, so yeah, how much of this could Ben, Chad, or Liam tell you, huh? This is why they got this guy.
Yeah, it was very fun to work on it. I had a great time, and yeah, simple as that.
So yeah, I imagine that would be a really hard secret to keep, and I know that at least back then, I can't say for now, but you did have a huge disdain against like the matchup. I would imagine working on it would offer some kind of new perspective to give some ideas, right?
It was hard to hide it. The hardest part was making sure that all my fucking documents were closed whenever Huan came over. Last thing I want is that, but he didn't know. He never knew. So, I'm even good at hiding from my fucking, like, basically my actual big brother in reality. So, I'm just that good. I'm a good liar. So, I'd make a great new host for Game Theory. I'm just saying, like, you replace Well, you know what? The actual new host for Game Theory isn't too bad when he doesn't just try to be Matt Pat. Replace Lee in Film Theory. Get rid of him. Get me in there. Hello, internet. Welcome to Film Theory. Fuck you. I'm gonna lie about your favorite movie now. Does the Predator exist? No, he does not.
so
Arnold was fight. You ever think about how he often turns invisible? What if he's not turning invisible, but he's actually returning to non-existence because this is all happening within the mind of Colonel Dutch Schaefer?
We can take this one step further. In classic Matt Pat fashion, we will imply that Arnold himself has mental problems.
Imagine doing, you know, I want them to get Chills from Top 15s to do a Film Theory. I think that'd be really funny. They got Jeremy from CinemaSins, so they've already got one of the most boring narrators in YouTube history.
Hello, welcome to Game Theory. Sephiroth is the good guy.
Hello, internet. Welcome to Film Theory. The last thing you want in your film theory is to get the chills, but as it turns out, that might be exactly what you get. Today we will talk about Five Nights at Freddy's.
I'm sorry,
2.
but like the last thing you want is to get the chills. Sounds like a fucking rap battle bar. that's how he enters. Chills fight in a rap battle.
Chills versus Jeremy CinemaSins, but it's just like completely accurate. So it's like Chills from Top 15s and Jeremy from CinemaSins, and he just talks like this, and he never changes his cadence, and he never says anything else.
Okay,
Popular
the first
internet
thing he
icon
points down to like
the rap battle cliche. Ding.
So Jeremy opens up. All right, so first thing, and he points down to like the channel banner logos.
15 seconds of introduction on a fucking rap battle. Guest comments on the cliches of the series cliche. Ding. Roll credits.
Oh, I remember you.
Wow.
I mean, the best way to do it would be to start with like Charles versus Jeremy. Begin. Roll credits. But yeah,
we need some random diss against this side of paradise with like the Pokemon Deoxys movie. I really like that song, but I remember Jeremy gave like that movie like a million sins just for it alone. And I was like, well, you have to include some kind of reference in there.
I mean, I think that there's so much. The problem with Chills in this battle would be the fact that there's so much less you can go at Chills about. Like, he's just a boring narrator. But even then, the boringness is, like, appealing to a lot of people. Because he has a way of talking that's very unique. And no one can really replicate it properly.
You say that. When I first heard Hyper in a voice chat, he was much more monotone. And I thought, God, this guy sounds like Chills.
Hyper, you have my full permission to just smack this guy around. Just smack him up.
He's not gonna do it. So anyway,
you have my full permission to accuse him of being shorter than Rena. You have my permission to do that.
Bro, he can't even reach my beard. I'd like to see him try. Anyway.
You have a beard?
If someone can't reach your beard, that means your beard's not particularly big. You don't be proud of that.
Are you so old? Oh my god, go back to your family.
All right, if you want to talk about Hulkzilla in places, because I really did just steal the spotlight for a good bit. Feel free.
I don't know what I am allowed to say, so we can move on.
Well, I was talking to Hyper anyway.
Oh yeah, okay. Hyper, would you like to speak?
Yeah.
Shut up.
This is
I liked
no longer about you now.
It was cool. I liked it. It was cool. I don't know why, but like I can't just get over the. Fortunately for all, he just so happens to know someone. I don't know. It's just that always rings in my head whenever I think about that episode. It's just both hype and also really funny.
Is so fucking raw.
It's peak.
The winner is Bruce Banner. Was the coolest part of the episode, but even funnier is the one that people don't understand the nuance and they think Hulk still lost because they're so fucking upset that Godzilla did too.
Wait, you say did too?
Yeah, because I'm one of those people. Rah!
Yeah, there have been a lot of there are definitely valid criticisms of Hulkzilla that I will look at and I'll be like, yep, I agree, or I'll go, I don't agree, but I know where you're coming from. But there are a lot more that are like, what the fuck are you on about? Oh, Bruce Banner had like prep time. No, he didn't. Are you fucking stupid? The fight's been going on for fucking ages. What do you mean he had prep time? If he had prep time, it wouldn't have taken that long.
Dude, like, prep time is when stuff happens during a fight, because we all know that Batman would be able to make, like, the anti-life equation gun while he's getting his fucking ass kicked by Peter Parker.
Yeah, that's true. You know,
Maybe.
Batman could create a gun to take out Black Panther. It's just that he wouldn't use it because of his rejection of all firearms.
So that's why he pistol whips him, dumbass.
Well, I mean, he wouldn't use it. That's still using a firearm. Don't you know that's the reason that
I don't know.
Don't you know Batman never uses guns? That's why he famously uses his grappling sword to get around.
This is yeah, like that time he like shot Godzilla in the casket with a fucking gun.
But
read the original Batman comics, by the way. They are so fucking funny. This guy.
I have been reading some of them. Yes, I appreciate
No,
the fact.
I'm talking to Hyper.
Oh, okay.
Hyper, you need to understand. Like the original Batman comics, the reason he's Batman is because he was bored.
Yeah, that's literally. They explain Bruce Wayne as like a socialite loser, and then it goes he was bored, and the next shot is him as Batman. It's like it's just basically telling you he became Batman because he was rich and bored.
Huh. Well, glad I know about that now.
Sometimes I just love Hyper's like non-reactions to things, like, huh?
I mean, it's like I can try to act surprised, but it's kind of just like they did a lot of stuff that just didn't make sense with Batman as we know him nowadays. Like he
Yeah.
just offed his criminals, but then just randomly decided, I'll spare the Joker.
I mean, he did. Pretty sure he does. He is like supposed to kill the Joker when Joker first appears, but then like Joker just
In my first appearance, the Bat was supposed to slay me. I read that he did die, and then he just kind of ignored it.
Oh,
And technically, it was Robin. He had more of a hand in it than Batman did. Yeah, Robin was around in the early years too. For
well,
those who
kind
don't
of.
know,
He
Kind
was
of.
around when Batman started getting his own comic, but in Detective Comics, Robin was not there for the first entire like year.
yeah, that's why I said early years. I made sure I covered my bases.
Punk ass little bitch. But yeah, so that was Hulkzilla, and then after that
We started talking about the wrong Bruce there
Came-
for a second.
came Ruby versus Marka.
The 200th episode.
Yeah. This
I like
one,
this one a lot.
I've already got a review on this one, so
Yeah.
people can go.
I love
remember-
this one.
I remember when the episode finally got announced, and now people were criticizing the matchup when it finally happened. That was such a weird period in the waiting period.
Yeah, I know. It was like, I mean, it's like there's no debate. And then the episode came out. I was like, oh my god, it was like really good. Yeah, because that's not the only factor for an episode, guys. Come on.
Ruby Rose Solo's Helsing, and you can't do anything about it, by the way.
It's like y'all motherfuckers just got Hulk versus Godzilla. You guys can't handle another actual debate for a month. You gotta just take a break.
Yeah. Also, my favorite part is Ruby getting more advantages at the end than Blade and Kyle. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. I don't like how abrupt Ruby's ending was, but Maka's was really good the whole way through, and Ruby's the rest of it was still good as well.
Yeah.
And the fight is just, I mean, it was everything I really could have asked for, to be honest. Like I like the setup with it. I like how it ends. Like all the part with side combat. It was actually really interesting to learn how there doesn't really exist scythe versus scythe combat. At least not as often as people think. Because like I tried googling it, and and like trying to like find it on YouTube, and it really just doesn't exist. Like I'm sure there's something else out there, but it's just super rare.
We made it up. It's fiction. Didn't happen.
So like seeing it portrayed here, I guess would be like, because I remember one of them said like how they try to like base it off like some existing ones to get an idea, but they couldn't really find anything, so they kind of just had to. I don't know what they actually. I don't know what the solution was, but they did find a workaround, I suppose. And yeah, no, it still looks really cool.
I mean, watching it, the workaround in how they fight is that they really just use they use the scythes as if they're staves. There's not a lot of scythe unique stuff, because what a scythe can do that's unique is it happens once. Maka uses it once to wrap around Ruby and pull her in. But she does it twice. She does it later on again, when she's in black dress briefly. But scythes aren't good weapons, so that's probably why there's not a lot of reference, and why when they're fighting, they mostly the scythes mostly turn into just spinning discs that clang against each other a lot, or they get swung like they're just pole arms, because they're basically just a pole arm but faced really badly and unbalanced. So just speaking from assumption, that's what I would gather, and that's kind of what they did, is the scythes act as makeshift pole arms in the fight. It's about the best you can do.
Yeah.
I don't think you can do better. You look at actual videos of people trying to follow manuscripts and fight with scythes in reality, and you can just tell how bad they are. And that's using scythes that have the handle in the middle for extra control, which Crescent Rose has.
Yeah,
but Soul doesn't, because he's kind of an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, how much restraint do you think the team had not adding a line like, "You kidding? It's also a gun"?
I don't know how surprised he would be about that.
I think one of my favorite parts that unintentionally happens is that when Ruby uses the silver eyes on Black Dress Maka, they kill that goblin demon.
Yeah, she whitewashes the dress. That's not okay, Ruby. You can't be doing that shit.
It implies that goblin guy died, and I find that really amusing.
Do you think when he died, he went out like Ben Singer DJ and Blade Buffy, just arms up my work here is done?
Peace.
Probably. Yeah, no, I don't know. It was really cool. Soul was actually my favorite part of it.
Yeah. Soul's so good in that. It's nice to see that kind of character used well. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Our last character like this was Senketsu, and I don't. Oh, actually, no. Wait, it was Libe, wasn't it?
Yeah.
For a whole 5 frames, he was there.
We had abused Senketsu, and we had the guy from Black Clover who didn't clock in for work. We don't think we're still waiting for him, and we also had Ragnarok before that, who was used well, but I think you have to purposely go out of your way to fuck up Ragnarok. Kind of like Senketsu. And, yeah.
No shit, stupid.
Church was done well in Meta Carolina, a century ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Soul's just kind of the best in this type of category.
Yeah.
I cannot get over that piano segment. The way it just bleeds into the music, and it's
turned on paper.
It's
the way it's accurate to the piano too. Don't forget.
Yeah, no, and it's accurate to the piano as well. It's so hype. It's so the music itself. It's I don't know how it just exudes hype to me, and I love it.
Yeah, I agree. I'm really happy with the episode. I think, yeah, it's good. It's very good. There's one thing I have seen people turn off the whole episode because of that one issue in Ruby's analysis, which I can get. But for me, I think the rest of it's so solid that I can still say I really like it, even if Ruby's analysis has the shittest ending they could have possibly managed, and is a minute shorter than Marker's at that for no reason. I'm not gonna say no reason. There could be a reason behind the scenes, but I don't know it.
I'm thinking about Ruby's thing more now, and I guess it's a bit late to say it into this portion of the video. Sorry, my voice sounds fucked up. That's because it is. Don't worry about it. But Ruby's story ending the way it did is even more fucking jarring when Buffy has the exact same arc, and it was handled with a lot more tact than just, oh, she got over it.
Oh, speaking of, our most recent episode was Blade versus Buffy.
Not anymore.
Longest.
I feel so bad
Fourth
for-
longest episode.
I feel so bad for Fiction. It's not his fault that his voice is his voice. And people are like, oh, why does he sound so high-pitched and squeaky?
Dude, I saw Fiction's reaction to the episode.
Yeah, I did too.
Bro, like, he was remaking my action with his friend. His friend is a better Blade in terms of voice, by the way. This isn't even an insult. This is a compliment to the other guy. He just understood the assignment right away.
I just
And
think
that's way harder than it looks.
I
Once you
would've
talk to voice
liked-
actors,
if they were able to ADR over Blade with Fiction, like doing it without the fangs. But I also get that they had to spread the budget out, and I would definitely take the extended intro over Blade in his 4 whole lines sounding better. When 2 of them sound fine.
dude, this is the best live action episode of the show before it even got to the setup. That's so fucking crazy.
Yeah. I think my favorite part is when Blade lifts up the blade, like the little hand thing, and he just turns to camera and grins like an idiot. That's my favorite part of the fight, I think. It's so good. That little smile. He's like, yeah, I'm Blade. I love it.
So the fun thing about Blade that the episode gets without saying it outright is that this guy's kind of a fucking loser.
I
He's
love
a dork.
I love that he does a pointless vertical suplex into a kip up that does nothing to actually kill the vampire he hit with it, because he drops them on wood and they still don't get staked. And then he's like, I meant to do that, throws the light grenade, and reveals to the whole world that he could have done that the whole time, but he felt like doing the other thing first because
Aura farm.
literally.
Like literally, Blade
that
is the
aura-
biggest aura farmer in this one, like of all time. Like there's really no other way to describe it. Like literally almost every
That
action he
poor
does, he
fucking-
aura farms.
He
That
does
poor
the
fucking
He
woman
does the
died.
T2 shotgun spin for no reason other than because, yeah.
You know,
That poor fucking woman died because he needed a couple extra seconds to look cool. So fucking funny.
yeah, no. Like Blade, like literally he aura farms so much, like literally at the ending when Buffy is like on the ground, instead of like just immediately slicing her, he takes the time to like polish his sword and ready his stance to aura farm even more, and it costs him to lose.
Yeah.
Like it's literally the Piccolo planet gif. It's like, Piccolo, stop aura farming, bro. The planet's gonna blow up.
We see the fit, bro. We get it, okay? I think like my favorite segment of the fight is the bit in like the trippy bathroom, but I love the one moment where he just like shoulder bumps Buffy for no reason. Like he fights her with one arm, with just like the one arm that's holding the blade, doesn't double grip it, just so he could then give her the gentlest shoulder bump because he can.
Dude, I love that sequence. It has the same energy as Galactus just T-posing into Unicron, but it looks way funnier. No, my favorite part of Fiction's reaction to this episode is when he's talking about the people on set. He doesn't say that's Ben, that's Chad. He says, no, that's Boomstick down there. Wiz is the DJ.
No, he says it's Ed and Boomstick.
Dude,
Like,
like
sure he calls them Ed and Boomstick. And the other guy's like, Ed? Who's this Edward character?
fuck it up, Eddie.
No, there's a lot to love in that fight. Basically all
but
of
like
it is Blade because he's just so cool.
I thought Buffy stole the show personally. Like Blade had a lot of cool moments, but Buffy's like deliveries and the scream, the choreography, total don't give a fuck attitude after
Buffy's
taking.
acting is really good, but I only remember three things she did in the fight that are particularly memorable. The bit where she takes his sword, because that's a great way to show the way Buffy fights. The bit where she like gets stabbed and like locks in is really good, and then the part where she takes 40 seconds to kill him.
I was thinking about like her screams, like
yeah, so
they
like,
sounded so girl.
She stole the show because when Blade was kicking her ass, you believed that Blade was kicking her ass, is what you're saying.
In a sense.
So basically, you're still giving points to Blade.
I'm giving points to Blade, but I still think Buffy had a better presence.
I wouldn't agree with that. I think.
All right, okay. Let me put an asterisk.
The acting was better for Buffy just because Buffy is a more emotive character. So her actress got to show off a lot more like acting chops.
Yeah, that's a better way to put it. That's a better way to describe it. But I was also going to put in the asterisk for specifically the fight. The stuff at the beginning. No, Blade fucking stole the show there. It's not close.
The issue I have with Buffy in the fight is she basically spends the whole time getting her ass kicked, which it makes sense. Like, I'm not going to say it doesn't make sense. That is, like, in an actual crossover, Blade would dominate most of the fight. Buffy would be quipping a lot more. Like, if this was, like, fully accurate to Buffy, she would be constantly talking just to piss him off and just trying to get a reaction out of him. But I don't know how well I trust Death Battle to pull off quippy, annoying character without being full-on annoying.
Well, I saw what they did with Cortana. I fucking hated that.
So, I'm okay with her not speaking much.
Finding out that Cortana's just like that, by the way, made me so less interested in Halo. You have no idea.
No, she's great in the games.
I will say, my it's like, okay, so Buffy and Blade just killing the entire DB staff is hilarious, by the way.
Yeah,
Like,
four of them, I think, but I guess you can just assume was
actually, yes, Jocelyn was there, and so was Big Speedy.
Apparently. Oh no, Mr. I'm Speedy's gone.
Just to let you know, just to give you a different perspective, if all those deaths like actually happened, by the way, the wiki said that Fiction survived. They didn't say anything else about everything else, so they're all dead now.
Oh yeah, so I love the wiki edit where it's like, to be clear, the actor at Fiction is still alive, but, as it was just used by special effects.
They didn't say anything about any of the other actors. So all we have left for Death Battle as hosts is Ringmaster and Dummy. And Bog Slothman.
Ignore how they somehow came back to life on the cast just recently. I can't get over that. I was like, yeah, oh man, I'm sorry. I thought it was like, it looked so real. I thought
bro, it was so real. Like the part where the sword fell and his eyes went dark and his head came off. Like I saw that. I did that to a guy outside of Popeyes once, and he died.
I don't get it. That this episode is the third live-action episode, and it has all 10 of the top 10 best live-action Death Battle deaths.
Number one is Liam, by the way.
Liam is my number 2. My favorite is Ben.
Do you have a ranking in this review? If not, you have to record more lines.
Okay, I don't. Let me think. My favorite death is Ben. Not because I have anything against Ben. Ben's a great guy. But
it was just really funny when he died.
The way he goes out, it has this energy of like, the undead only come back when they have unfinished business. My business is now finished. Take me, God. It's just, he fully accepts it. It's like the moment he decides to keep doing his DJ thing is that moment of, I could go out the toughest way any vampire's ever gone out. Watch this. It's so good.
Saying take me God as a vampire is the funniest part.
Yeah.
All right, so number two
Number two
is Liam.
because the look on his face where he's like, he realizes this is terrible, and also because his death only exists so that Blade can aura farm further by taking the fucking bolt out of the air after it's just gone through him to then kill more vampires with it. Like, that was so unnecessary.
Dude, Liam's face is like, oh.
I will say probably third is where I would put Blade. His death is quite good. The 40-second, like, charge up from Buffy into killing him, like, I was already, like, halfway through the fight going, oh yeah, Buffy's gonna win this. She's just getting her ass kicked. But then you have that moment where he's, like, taking a small eternity to lift up in the slow-mo, and Buffy, like, her eyes lock in, and her badish gets all its energy, and then she, like, does the thing, like, yeah, obviously he's gonna die. But the death is still very well done, so I appreciate it. I love the way he decides to block. He tries his best to block the attack, but only in a way that has aura. Because he could have dodged. But it would be way more aura to block it by just standing with it with the blade directly in front of you and nothing else.
Imagine instead of getting decapitated, it's like Marvel Rivals and he fucking ragdoll.
I was imagining, like, because I'm pretty sure you brought up in the comics vampires just survive decapitation in Marvel. The idea of she decapitates him, and because she doesn't turn back around, you just see his body in the back shrugging like what, and then he just stabs her. She doesn't bother turning around.
Hyper, you're gonna think I'm really fucking stupid for a second. So I PM'd this to Nemesis late last night, back when my illness was at its worst, so I wasn't thinking straight. So I told him, so when I saw Blade get decapitated, I was still waiting for, like, okay, so how is this going to end now? Because it didn't register to me that he was already dead, because I've read the comics of Marvel Vampire stuff, and they can survive decapitation. And I was like, oh, wait, but he's a Dampier, isn't he? That's different.
Yeah. It would be so great if they gave him that region, though, and he just, like, you just see his body, like Darth Maul's legs in Lego Star Wars, where they're just standing around confused, and then he just fucking kills her, because she doesn't turn around. She goes, oh, shit! That was stupid. she had to try to aura.
Bro, I love, speaking of, I showed you the reaction clip of the one guy, his name is Hot Sauce Beats, he's just like, look how confident she is. She's not going to turn around. Have you been? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I think
my favorite reaction clip.
My fourth favorite death might be Chad's, because he's not really on screen, but he gets shot through another vampire and just dies. I think that's
okay.
Funny.
This isn't a death, but I also just lost like when the first time when I saw the fight, I lost my mind when I saw Sam there. Like I just couldn't handle that.
Dude, Chad's death is so funny because of how avoidable it was. Bro, it's just like, I want to be included.
I think my fifth favorite is the first one, the fucking T2 flip into the shotgun blast. That's really well done. But it can only be so cool when it's just some nobody gets killed.
All right, and so number six has to be the Queen because of the suplex buildup, right?
The issue with the Queen, the 6 is the Queen, but not because of her, just because the whole move Blade did was 100% pointless, and I think that's really funny. Like the vertical suplex into Kip up, like bro thinks he's Shawn Michaels, and then it does nothing. And he pulls out, like, again, it just feels like the grenade was him meant to do that the whole time when he realizes that she didn't get impaled on anything.
I just imagine, good thing I brought my light grenade, just like the comic panel. Good thing I brought my Hellfire shotgun. You never know.
7th.
All right.
Okay. 7th might just be the fucking ones that he kills when he grabs the bolt out the air. The deaths are simple, but the way he does it is so clean that I really like it.
Number 8 will be the first guy, like the one that Chad was behind, because you know what? He took more of the damage, and I feel like he should get credit where it deserves.
I think bottom of the list, but still above the others, is the death of the little girl, because it's not like bombastic or cool, but it is very important to the fight, and it's a very good way to set up the fight.
And also, he uses the breathing gun on a little girl.
He uses the breathing gun for some reason.
Yeah, it's overkill.
Part of me kind of wishes he used the shotgun, because while it wouldn't be as overkill in terms of like what the weapons do, it would be a lot funnier. It just explodes across the fucking wall. I sound like a fucking sociopath.
I guess if he used the shotgun, it would make him look more sociopathic.
But then he would like do it. The only issue is that he doesn't have the room to point the shotgun with one arm. He would have to take a step back, and he's like, you know, if I can't do it with aura, there's no point doing it at all. So he uses the breathing gun instead.
Like you're the one that told me. So it would look really weird if I decided to not do it now, right?
And then I would put Red Hood and Nightwing's of Daredevil's deaths like below everything in this one. So yeah.
Daredevil below Red Hood, right?
Yeah. He just gets punched.
Why didn't
Bro really just got punched?
Why didn't Bro just get back up?
You see the difference between Daredevil, Blade, and Winter Soldier is that Winter Soldier used his ult and the other two didn't, so they sold.
Armed and dangerous. And imagine like someone made a fucking edit where he just kept crushing the helmet again.
Someone did that, but with the punching scene. That's why
that was me. That was me for the record.
I think the other thing is that Winter Soldier didn't pause for aura. Like, he didn't pause to say something to try and aura farm. He waited to win the fight before he said anything. The other two was yapping.
He did go, huh? So like
that's negative aura. That's negative aura is reacting.
Yeah, no, because like Daredevil was like, I wish I could see.
Fucking like
I wish I could see.
What are you? Better. Oh, thinks he's so cool. He thinks he's him. He's not.
What
him.
the hell are you? What the hell are you? I'm a lawyer.
Like, imagine if he said that. What the hell are you? I'm not taking your case.
Never mind the fact that he was quite literally taking his case.
Hyper. Imagine if fucking he said, like, Daredevil says that, and then the psyche locks just appear on screen because Bro's just lying.
I need that case for a case that I've been working on. Well, you're not a lawyer, right? So I need this forever. How can you tell I'm not a lawyer? I can see these things. I can't see other things because I'm blind. But when it comes to this specific niche, I'm in my element.
Yeah, what if Nightwing knew he was beating up a blind man? Like,
no, he knew he was beating up a blind man, and he still thought to turn out
blind. He was like, huh. Yeah, I beat up the disabled. I'm
going to turn off the lights now. Good luck, everyone else.
Yeah. Haha, I've turned the lights off. Now what can you see, blind man? Just imagine Daredevil's reaction to that. Just Daredevil standing there like, what? The fuck did you... What the... God, Nightwing Daredevil has some really funny things. I love how painful the sticks feel. Like when Daredevil's... It was Daredevil smacking the ground, and Nightwing's like ducking his head side to side to stop him from hitting him, and it's just like this soft plastic, like dunk, 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 dunk.
The only time it felt painful was when there was like a ricochet, and he made him stumble back a bit.
Yeah. What a silly episode. Winter Soldier Red Hood is good. And then Buffy,
but Nightwing versus Daredevil's funny.
Blade Buffy's just like on another level. I think it's funny and it's good.
Yeah, it has the two halves as the whole. Also, shout out to this episode for not even being like the top 10 bloodiest fights in a Las Vegas bathroom that week.
I want to imagine there's like a version of this fight where Blade goes, oh yeah, what's that weapon called? And Buffy goes, because that's the name of it, is M question mark. It's Blade's like, what, you don't know? No, it's called That's when he should say, motherfucker, you out your damn mind?
There's always some motherfucker trying to escape.
Or some motherfucker trying to name their weapon.
Say it with the emphasis of a vine boom. Just.
Just, there's definitely a lot to like in like Blade Buffy overall. One of my favorite shots, I think, is when he goes to stab her and he like puts like the blade through the little gap in the bardiche. That's for extra leverage. That's really cool.
My favorite shot is when the bottle breaks over his head, because you can see like the little smile on Blade's face because he's weird like that.
It's one of the few times Buffy takes the advantage in the fight. Honestly, I think when it comes to like showing off character, like not for funny reasons or anything, my favorite shot is right before like the final weapon fight. Like the difference in character posture between the two. Blade put all his points in aura. He's taken like 2 hits the whole fight, and he's just standing there ready for combat. Buffy is completely fucked. She's been stabbed. She's been cut. She's been injured, and she can barely get into a fighting pose. And yet she still decides to take a posture that gets across this idea of like, yeah, by the way, I'm still standing. You kind of suck at this. I think that's
the
great.
whole calm demeanor of it too. Like, she was so confident in winning that.
And yeah, I also like the analysis. I love
Neon
Zero.
Ash, by the way. I want to gas up Neon Ash a little bit.
I like
that.
Neon Ash a
The
little.
way the beginning portion, amazing. The bit in the middle, that this is a background track. But then the portion at the end, I have not felt this tense over a finale to a fight since Mind Over Matter's track, Elevated Mansurfer. The way it adds to it, and yes, like the fucking build-up is loud as hell, but the music elevates it so much, especially the part where Blade dies.
Neon Ash is really good, though I will note, the aesthetic, the lighting, the setting, the tone, and the music are all Blade.
The guitar stuff is fluffy in the track.
That is really not very prominent to me. The most memorable parts of the track, the only part of the fight that is really Buffy is when she wins, picks up his sunglasses, says the dumbest one-liner she possibly could, and acts as if that just went completely as planned. And as if she doesn't have a breathing gun worm in her leg about to kill her. That is very Buffy, and I have no complaints. They understood the assignment there.
This was an episode... This is like Kratos versus Asura, where they absolutely wanted to give Buffy her dues, but instead of saying shit like, oh, if you make a sequel, we'll do this again, or here's my pitch for a sequel for a game that doesn't fucking feature the character in it. No, it felt like they didn't overindulge a Buffy rep.
I want to shout. I mean, they didn't indulge much in it at all, but I want to shout out the one line that sounds the most authentic to the traditional actors is the way Mare delivers another sword, like right before let's see you cut the adamantium. The way she delivers that, the whole like another sword, is exactly how Sarah Michelle Gellar would have delivered it. That is perfect delivery in cadence, in tone, in inflection. Perfection. It's a small line that I think imagine a lot of people don't really think about, but it captures the character very well. The way she says it.
Anyways, Blade got less advantages than Ruby.
Yeah, Blade's a bum. I think it's funny how much the fight does not represent the advantages section. It's like Buffy takes stats, except throughout the fight she overpowers Blade once, but most of the time he's kind of throwing her around. And also he's definitely shown to be much faster in just the way he fights. But Buffy takes skill as well, except that, no, in the fight, let's be honest, Blade completely skill diffs her. And then, Blade takes abilities, but, does he really? He doesn't use them in the fight. He just takes advantage by being stronger and more skilled. And then the only thing that lines up is Trump Card. Because indeed, when Blade used his other weapons, they jobbed. I will note the breathing gun also counts as a better death than Daredevil and Red Hoods.
All right, let's nudge that in between Chad and the other guy.
Yeah, I gotta give the breathing gun its due. Great
Oh
death
yeah, because
scene.
because it's technically a lie.
Like just the gooiness, the bloodiness, the way Blade looks at it like motherfucker, and then the way the next shot is Buffy still getting hit anyway. Like that's really I really like that. Also, I this is another thing I'll mention in the review, but I want to shout out Zarathos, my king, you are a bum. Because they literally
Shout out to this episode in particular for saying Blade counters Ghost Rider in particular. Fuck you. Just to kick him while he's down.
Like, Zarathos showed up to lose to someone who is cosmologically insignificant relative to him, and then the next time he gets brought up, they show him being impaled and turned to stone by Blade. They then proceed to talk about other weapons for Blade, implying in a way that the adamantium one is his best, ergo superior to the Zarathos killer, and then that shows up in the fight and just dies. It just gets cut in half by a weapon that is cosmologically inferior to the guy that is cosmologically inferior to Zarathos. And additionally, though I don't know if Cosmic Ghost Rider is powered by Zarathos, I don't remember or really know enough about him to say for sure. They also show a Ghost Rider getting shot, and then those same bullets, Buffy just blocks. She's fast enough to block what he couldn't. That's just so funny.
Shit, Robbie.
That was Cosmic Ghost Rider.
That's even worse.
That's Franklin. Robbie is the one that Blade bites into, but he bites him from behind, so it's like, okay, so you don't really need to scale at all there. I want to know how you bit into him at all. There's no, flesh on a Ghost Rider, but, I imagine it was just more so the magic siphon.
Well, don't take this bite out of context.
It would have been really funny if they were like, don't take the Zarathos feet out of context. This is a weapon specifically designed to kill him. There go, it is specifically strong enough to hurt him. Shut up, it doesn't count otherwise. Anyway, he only had that for one issue, and he immediately used it.
Yeah, I guess my main criticism of the episode, we've been talking about it for a bit now, but the way that Blade just takes out top tiers in Marvel, and they just don't really scale to him without explaining much of anything.
It's so funny. You're waiting for them to explain, okay, this can harm Hulk. The Hulk that 2 episodes ago we put at strong enough to break the chains made of the first firmament. We're not going to tell you that this is not that personality of Hulk, and it does not that form and not that tier, but we're just going to leave you to simmer on that.
So anyway, also, remember Zarathos from that one episode where we had him stronger than Spawn? Blade beat that guy too. We're just not going to elaborate at all.
It is funny though. It's very funny. Also, I want to point out Blade's daughter. So you might think she's got purple hair, right? She looks like she's got purple hair. Sometimes it's a bit more pink, but it's purple hair.
You are an authority on purple hair.
She is wearing a wig.
What else is Steph Mal going to hide from us?
She's wearing a wig.
You sound so disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, the funniest part of this
was pretty hype.
The funniest part of this episode was seeing it next time and immediately knowing just off of who's fighting that it's Torians.
Didn't they say in the cast just before we recorded this that no one would be able to guess who's animating it?
Man, Man, that sure would be a shame if Devil Artemis just flat
If
out
Devil
said he was
Artemis just
animating
flat
it.
out said it. Just said it outright on a public comment.
But also, everyone knew already. No one gives a fuck about Clive. That's Torian.
Actually, there are plenty of Tekken 8 fans, you should know. There are plenty of people who care about Clive.
Should have been Tifa.
Why would they do Tifa versus Dante? That doesn't make any sense. God,
there you go again.
Stupid.
There you go again. You're testing my fucking patience. Okay, so what to expect from this episode? Well, I expect Dante. It would be really funny if he still had the sword in his chest. And he's like, "Oh yeah, this thing." He pulls it out when he starts to fight him.
I am expecting.
I'm not expecting, but I'm
okay. Well, the one thing I am expecting is for them to reference the final boss fight in Devil May Cry 1 with Mundus, where when Clive goes into his full Ifrit Arisen, fuck you, killed Ultima form, the fucking Azra's Wrath ending that 16 has, to then have it go to space and have Dante recreate the Mundus boss battle, but instead of taking the form of Sparta, he takes Sin Devil Trigger. That's what I'm expecting them to do for the finale. Because I think that just writes itself. That writes itself. It's about the only way you're going to get Clive's like cosmic way of doing shit in his final form in the fight and not have it feel really weird. Is to
it will be really
that
funny.
Battle.
It will be really funny if we get a second episode to do an Asura's Wrath reference better than the Asura's Wrath episode.
Yeah, he's like Dante's gonna kick him to the horizon, and he's gonna say, "Oi, this is not the end of my pecs." Transforms into Ifrit fuck you mode, but then because he's not as big as Azra the Destructor, you see him like have to quickly run over to then do the Azra's Wrath punch.
It's like the little Senior Pillow animation with the moon. He just grows limbs and
something like that.
And then Dante's like, "Why can't I be any nice Ifrits?" And then he walks away.
Yeah, that's...
Instead of saying in jackpot, he'll say bingo, and then it'll say written by Adi Shan.
Right, I guess I should expect a jackpot in there somewhere. Obviously.
What I expect is the analysis to say dislikes Adi Shankar.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for Clive to say the bare minimum requirement. Toggle, but then his dog won't be in the fight because they didn't want to put the extra budget into having the dog there. So he screams "sick and Toggle" and nothing happens.
Wait, did you just say his name is Togor?
Toggle. He's got a wolf named Toggle.
Stop.
Okay. It's not the same thing. Hyper's PTSD can survive for now.
In the game, you can whenever you have Toggle attack, oftentimes it'll play the same line of Clive going "sick and Toggle."
Cloud?
Just over and over.
When did he get there?
I didn't say Cloud.
When we will look back at the recording, we will find out who said what.
So, Clive. So the gameplay with 16 in general, I think, is Final Fantasy.
I was talking to.
So the transition that Sonic had to 3D, apply that to Final Fantasy, but it's the transition to action games. That's how I feel. Because we went from just turn-based to turn-based with timers to make it a bit more dynamic, to whatever 13 did, where it's like auto combat, but if they did everything Xenoblade did right and just decided to do the opposite, to 15, where there are stuff you can do, but you can also just kind of hold the auto dodge button and two things in the game can hit you, or you can use the Ring of Lucy, which can insta-kill anything in the game. And then they move on to Final Fantasy VII Remake. 7 Remake works, tons of playable characters. They couldn't figure out how to make a game that wasn't 30% walking down hallways though. And then Final Fantasy 16, you've got 1 or 2, you got 2-3 combos the whole game, and a bunch of random powers to which every single fight can be beaten the exact same way. I died once playing Final Fantasy 16 because I put the controller down. I think I dropped it during the final boss fight. And that's what got me killed. Every other time, there's no issue.
This is how Dante wins. You drop the controller.
No, they already have that on the channel somewhere.
But anyway, you were talking about 15 a little bit. Fun little story time. My brother was playing this. He never knew that you switched to the other characters in your party. So he went to Prompto and he said, I got this. And he got run over this giant fucking thing. And he got 9999 immediately. Frame fucking one.
Fucking Prompto. Mr. Oh, hi there, opening. Over and over and over again. Oh, I do like 15 more than the average Final Fantasy fan, in that I think the game is an average Final Fantasy game. But
I like it when they win a fight and then Prompto hums the Final Fantasy victory tune.
Yeah.
Where'd you learn that one, Prompto? It came to me.
But yeah.
What do you mean by that? I don't know.
So Hyper, what are you excited for with the next time? Are you excited to hear about Dante?
Are you excited for anyone working on this episode in particular?
I don't really care about Dante.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Like, I know he's got depth to him and all, and like I went through 1, 3, and 4.
Skipping 2, wise choice.
I know. I did play a little bit too as a joke, and I'm like, okay, I'm not doing this. I am going to go through 5, and I do want to go through all of Clive because I know a certain someone who is doing Clive, and I pray to promise. And well, at the moment, I can say I barely care anything about this episode, but I want to care. I want to try and make an attempt to care. Because at the moment, I know nothing about Clive, and I am not really... this might kill me, but I might think Dante is one of the most overrated characters of all time. But I will play 5 first.
The way you decide to hold on to these opinions until you can say them in a fucking YouTube video that anyone can click and watch, and then you act all defensive when someone brings it up as if it's some kind of secret.
Huh? I mean, yeah, sure, okay.
Hey, we can move to the next segment now. What are we talking about next?
We're talking about your stuff, Nem. This is your segment. Because we start Champions Island. Yeah. How did you forget about your own stuff, man?
You didn't watch it. Hyper, did you watch it?
Hey, I watched the other thing. Don't put me on the spot like that.
He didn't watch it. Okay, I see how it is. Yeah, I see how it is.
No, see, Hyper didn't watch either. See, he's the real asshole here.
Okay.
So,
You're an asshole. Jerk.
Yeah. You want to talk about them? We can start talking.
I'm pretty sure Mockbuster Royale was out already in the last one. No.
Yeah, no, we talked about Mockbuster Royale pretty soon.
See, he might not have watched it, but he remembered.
Huh? No, I watched it.
Dude, I remember.
Hyper did watch it. You just called him an asshole for no reason.
Yeah, guess what? He didn't deny it.
I just don't think he was aware you said that.
Oh no, I just didn't say it. I just didn't say anything.
See.
He's not an asshole. He's just disregarding anything you say. That's okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's damning evidence.
But yeah, I did Dr. Manhattan versus Richard Nixon. It is now the most viewed Not Death battle as of recording, by a whole 2 views. So that could literally change at any point.
Let's make the gap wider. We can't have them's most popular episode be wrong. We gotta make it wider.
Yeah, Manhattan Nixon. I put a lot into it, and I'm glad it in the comments has had a decent reception. And I appreciate
before we started recording,
So
before we started recording, the premiere chat wasn't as positive. We've been talking about that for a bit, but after that, it looks like the flames have boiled down, and people are seeing what the episode was going for, which was to explain Nixon's story in full, which,
this guy talking.
well,
as if
it
he
isn't
watched
as.
it.
All right, man. Damn.
Just saying. I just want to point out, people see what the episode is going for, which is, well, I haven't watched it, but
I haven't watched it. What? I mean,
Oh,
I
you
hadn't
haven't?
watched. I mean, I mean, I hadn't watched. No, I did watch the episode, to be clear. I was just really confused because, like, I was like, oh, so is this like some meta?
See, he's another victim of being confused, even though it was explained as straightforward as possible.
yeah, I did explain
Oh, no,
it.
no.
Oh, yes.
Well, yeah, no, you did explain it. It was still just like, it was still weird to just see it.
Oh, now saying it's weird, that I completely accept. It is weird. Why is Richard Nixon anything that's going on there? That I completely accept. That said, as someone who is not American in any way, I have like no strong affiliation with Nixon one way or the other, like as a president. So,
as an American, I can tell you now that we're trying our best to forget him.
well, now you can remember him as the guy that lost the not death battle.
Bro, that's a way better legacy than the alternative.
I think it's genuinely pretty funny that I've used just real people on not death battle before, but this time it's not a real people.
If we try really hard, he never existed.
Well, I will note in my
We did it, Reddit.
he is the Nixon, as you might think, just if he never became president.
You say the Nixon, it just feels like the Beatles song, I am the Eggman.
He's Mr. Dick himself, but if he never became president. To explain things that weren't explained in the episode because they're not important, in Monument Mythos, James Dean runs for president, and it gets out there that when, like, go-karting together, Nixon goes, "You're already a better president than I'll ever be or I ever was." I don't remember because I'm not like into America at all. Whether Nixon was already president and running for another term or like, no, I think he said, "You're a better president than I would ever be," something like that, and that just immediately makes James Dean win. And then Nixon just shows up again after America's been taken over by Alcatraz. Did you like my editing, Hyper?
You cut out like crazy, but
wow. Okay.
Yes, I very much did. It was, yeah, it was really, really well made. I really, okay, wait, specifically, I can't remember. Did you edit the entire fight, or was that somebody else?
I did all the editing across the whole video.
Okay.
Notice that his mic only started cutting out when he was talking about Nixon because everything he was saying got converted into fiction.
Yeah, no, I edited the analyses and the fighty do.
Well, fight.
That's what
except the part that Alpha did.
We need to talk about Alpha more. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, Alpha's a cool guy.
Cool guy.
He is Devil Artemis's biggest fan as well. I say that as if like I'm being sarcastic and he hates Devil Artemis, but like he doesn't. I don't know why I said it like that. Alpha's gonna come to my DMs like, why did you say it like that? Why did you know I would say this to you?
Also, who are you?
He knows me.
I know, but he's gonna say that because he's funny, and
He's gonna say, "Who are you?" to you.
I think I think my favorite part
I
was like
I
when
I I I
the
won't give him the
giant.
privilege.
I assume our giant hands, coming out of the mountain like near the end. It was like, oh, oh
Yeah,
dear.
you interpreted correctly. That is what that was. That's a good thing. It means the fight was at least clear enough. Because I didn't want people to come in just confused, like, what is this? What does that mean? I mean, they were, because no one had watched it. Like Nixon verse, so there were things that intentionally make more sense when you understand what, like, the context. But, yeah. I think at least to a degree it works on its own. Alpha killed it as Osterman. He did such a good job. And I'm very happy to have been able to get him for that role, because I didn't want to just have like a Australian accent Dr. Manhattan, because it was a case where I wouldn't have faith in getting across the character if he's like, oh yeah mate, I'm fucking Dr. Manhattan and that. Oh yeah. Oh shit, you're this fucking American guy. You're fucking you're Richard Nixon, mate. Oh yeah, I know you. It's not gonna work. Have Australian Manhattan. Fucking Dr. Sydney. How much did that cut out?
I heard it. I just didn't want to interrupt because I want to be polite.
That's new. Yeah, so that is the most viewed Not Death Battle as of now. The next time is coming hopefully at the end of this month or early next month. That's the hope. It has progressed way faster than I thought, despite the fact that despite how it's animated. Which Gumball doesn't know because he hasn't fucking watched the goddamn episode.
Sorry. I'm trying to make my voice sound normal, but I think I need to take another vitamin C or something.
So I guess
It's
now we can move on to Champion Island.
I would rather talk about this island than the see in the news all the time. Yeah. This is the one with Wiz and Boomstick where they decide, oh, one of you guys are gonna get a death battle episode. The rest of you, you're here.
I think I have way more faith in Hyper to explain this.
The Gumball, did you see the elimination ceremony, by the way?
Yes, they fucking exploded. They're dead.
That's right. When they died, they never come back.
Actually, Steve would just respawn.
Oh, right.
No. This is a hardcore scene.
Steve would just create a new world and just win.
All right, well that's in a different scene. This is the death battle scene.
Actually, John Constantine would just pay his way back from hell and show back up at a later date.
Bro, John doesn't want to fucking be here.
That's true. He is British and not allowed to stab anyone on the island. I think he just goes stir crazy.
Oh, we're just saying that. Fuck, okay.
I have many British friends, despite the fact that I am Australian. They would probably nod along and go correct. Some of them would even tell me that I didn't go far enough.
I know, it's just that just saying that with no build up. You just used all your meter in that one sentence.
So yeah. Champion Island, Hyper, would you like to explain? Because I just think you do it better than Gumball.
Champions Island, alright. So this whole thing is a lot more involved compared to the other champion events where people get to vote on an episode because there's now it's specifically a character and it's built to be kind of like Survivor in a sense, where there's a total of initially there was 32 characters put into the draft, and only 16 of those got into it, and they split off into two teams, Team Wiz and Team Boomstick, where they compete in challenges nonstop until eventually it's just one character remains standing, and that one character will get to have their matchup be voted for and turn into an episode. And I think this is way. Huh?
And that character is not Piccolo. I just wanted to say that in particular. Thank fucking God it's not Piccolo.
To be clear, it's also the people on those teams competing, not the characters themselves. They're not analyzing how well the characters would do in the challenges to determine what team would win.
Yeah, because Constantine would not be out first.
Yeah, there's no way Constantine's team would have lost in a fucking trivia thing when he can literally just go into the fucking house, come back with all the answers to every question ever.
Listen,
the Champions Island, but it's measured by how strong each character is and how they could go through every challenge. Okay, what if we did that, but actually, hold on.
Nemesis just explained the first challenge. The next one is a scavenger hunt, and being a fucking detective, I think Constantine just counted.
Fuck yeah!
Constantine.
Hold on, would he just carry both challenges so far?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me double check who's on each side, because I'm also not sure if everyone here knows.
Wait. Something to consider. First challenge is the average of all the answers. They could copy Constantine, but they could also just decide, no, I'm gonna do my own thing. We have to think about that factor too. Because I don't think Freeland would not copy Constantine's answers.
Let me read it. Okay, I don't know why the Mirror He's wiki for Death Battle this format is so weirdly on my end, but I believe Team Wiz is Meta Knight, Flowey, Samus, John Constantine, Steve, it was, don't say anything, Gumball, Kamen Rider Geats, Sakuya Izayoi, and Freeren, while Team Boomstick is Hatsune Miku, Henry Stickmin, okay, they're losing every challenge because Henry's there, Ash Williams, Springtrap, Spider-Man, Slenderman, Pac-Man, and Shantae.
You see,
a team with Henry Stickmin, Springtrap, and Slenderman all together is how does that function?
Well, Slenderman doesn't need to do anything. Slenderman could just blends in the background. I don't think he's participating in fucking anything. And I'm assuming the teams aren't allowed to sabotage each other as well. Because again, Constantine would find a way for all of them, especially Slenderman.
Bro, the teams sabotage each other. Fucking Henry Stickmin found. Well, I guess he doesn't have the internal.
No, Henry is sabotaging his own team at every turn, not intentionally, just because.
To be fair, he could just reset it and not do that.
Except Slenderman is outside of space-time, so how does that play into things? He'll be there in every timeline, but it's the same Slenderman. So which one are we following here? Because we kind of have to decide based on Slendy.
If we're talking about Henry's perspective here, we would be following Henry's thing. So he just keeps going.
We're following Boomsticks, I guess.
Well, I feel like Boomstick would be affected. Everyone but Slenderman would be affected.
Okay, let me just think about this. So the first one's a trivia. It was a trivia contest about Death Battle. So Meta Knight's failing. He's not doing anything here. He doesn't know anything.
Freeren is failing. She fell asleep.
Yeah, Freeren fell asleep. I don't know anything about Sakuya. I don't know anything about Geats. Steve doesn't strike me as a guy who knows anything about Death Battle.
Canonically speaking, Steve is a dumbass and blows up for survival guys. Alex is the capable one. Steve is the not capable one.
How smart is Flowey?
They can just reset until they get it.
Okay, let's ignore resets for Flowey and Henry. Let's just cut that out.
Yeah. Flowey would not waste his resets on that. Henry would.
Then I'd probably I don't know.
So Constantine's gonna hand out cheat sheets to everyone, and everyone's gonna use it except for Freeren, who's falling asleep, and Meta Knight, who can't read.
And probably Flowey, because why should I fucking listen to you?
And honestly, Steve might just I don't know how well Steve's gonna do. He can't read his papers in game.
Steve's gonna
he can read a book. If Constantine gives it to him in the form of a book, he'll be able to read it. a signed book, but if he gives it
If
to him
he-
in a piece of paper, it'll just show up as like some squiggles on the sprite.
Bro, I'm just fucking imagining like you hand Steve like a packet of tests and he fucking mines it on accident.
As for Team Boomstick, Miku's smart, I think, but
Yeah, no, Miku is Miku, which is to say that if you were to composite every single version of her, she's acing it.
Henry's blowing himself up somehow. Ash is not winning that. Springtrap is not winning that. Not to say he's dumb. It's just
Dude,
I don't think Springtrap would have
bro,
any ability.
Springtrap would not care.
He was
I don't think
locked in a basement the entire time Death Battle has been running. He doesn't know what that is.
I think if Slenderman put in the effort, he could get far. But why would he put in the effort? What's in it for him?
Let me think about this with Slenderman. The
He lacks
issue
the incentive.
is yeah, for one thing, I don't think he'd care. For another thing, he'd be trying to collect the cheat sheets from the other side because, like, ew, there's my fucking pages. I think Peter Parker would be fine. He would like just build a machine on the spot that gives him the answers.
I don't even think he needs to do that. Like, if we
There's no way
let's say
he's
Death
watched
Battle
Death Battle.
existed. No, listen. If it existed in the Marvel universe, he would have seen every episode because
Pac-Man.
name me a bigger fucking geek than Spider-Man.
Gumball Viking. Pac-Man, I don't know anything about if he'd be able to. Shantae.
Pac-Man is like a middle-aged man. He's just trying to pay his mortgage. I don't think he has the time in his day to watch the show. Shantae, I imagine, she'll watch it if Bolo shows it to him on a phone that does not exist.
I think that if Team Wiz won, it would be because one guy carried, and if you know what happened, that's really funny.
And if Team Boomstick won, it's because Slenderman was finally able to find a way to get cheat sheets. And Henry just kept resetting.
And then the next challenge, we'll assume Constantine and Steven aren't there, is a fucking scavenger hunt. I mean, Samus is gonna cook. Samus is gonna do so well.
Yeah, but I wonder if fucking Miku, the person who can do literally anything, would have a easy time with the scavenger hunt.
Saki is just gonna freeze time and do something. I don't know, but like, does Pac-Man get the player from the SNES game who could just see things from a whole extra perspective? Be like, hey, what's that thing right there?
Listen, if the scavenger hunt looks like a maze, he's set.
Actually, fucking Peter's gonna carry. Especially if there's no Constantine. Peter's just gonna carry that.
Peter handles like all the physical stuff, but when there's like the ciphers and the codes, you just hand that to Miku. That's a deadly combination.
I don't even know if Miku would be faster than Peter at that. Don't forget, Peter's like one of the smartest guys in Marvel Comics. Like he's.
Yeah, I understand. I understand.
He might just be able to.
I think
you just give half of the fucking ciphers to Miku, half to Peter. It's done in like a minute.
And then Henry is chained to a chair. We can't let him escape. Not after the last time.
Yeah, Henry's a danger. You're gonna have to just sacrifice Henry to Slender Man. That's such a funny image. Imagine the team picking up Henry and trying to shove him down Slender Man's mouth.
Dude, fucking imagine Slenderman opening up Henry trying to find a terminal organ. And there's just isn't any. And he says,
what is this?
He just throws his hands up in the air like, what the fuck?
So yeah, that's Champion Island right now. What team won the fucking thing again?
As we said, Constantine.
Yeah, Constantine and Steve have been eliminated.
Yeah, they're gone. And now two more characters in Team Wiz are about to be gone because Team Boomstick just won the second challenge. I will not say how. They just did because they're scary.
Oh, right. Do we want to talk about the eliminated draft picks at any point?
I guess we could say our preferences for who we want to win. I can also explain the alliances at play right now. like the Man Alliance, which is Spider-Man, Pac-Man, and Slender-Man. People keep trying to force Henry in there, but his last name is Min, and like that's cheating. You can't do that. Don't.
I'm just imagining the team banner for this alliance is just the horse.
I love that. And you know what? Listen, get on that, and I won't vote out Spider-Man first thing. How about that?
Yeah. So by the time this video comes out, I wonder if we know who else has been eliminated.
I will guess it's gonna be Freerin and Samus.
I could see that, yeah. I think I remember seeing people joke about how Meta Knight is just gonna avoid elimination by doing nothing because no one's talking about him.
But then as soon as Merge starts, he's out of there.
Yeah, I'm worried about how well Geats is gonna do.
I
Especially if
think
Team Wiz just keeps fucking losing everything.
So there is a step in the process that we did not say yet, in which the people can save characters from being part of the YouTube poll to get eliminated. I will tell you right now, Geats is one of the two that is secured because the Discord side of things, on both Team Wiz and Boomstick,
If anyone's
they want
wondering, the
Geats to
characters who
survive
were
as
the other
long as
16
possible.
in the draft who didn't make it through, they were Edward Elric, the fucker from That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, Piccolo, Mr. Fantastic, Homura, Raphael, Sukuna, Vilgax, Captain Underpants, the dickhead from Tokyo Ghoul, Jury, Phoenix Wright, the only character that's actually obscure on this, in my mind, Invincible, Bakugo, and...
No, back up. Are you... That
is a lie.
That's Mael, isn't it?
And
Yeah.
Cyborg. Poor Cyborg.
Fucking... Listen,
Why is Cyborg at the bottom of this list? He deserves to be at the top as just like a compensation for what he had to deal with.
Before we talk about what he had to deal with, did you just call Expedition 33 obscure when it's a Game of the Year nominee?
Yep. I'm only saying that because, like, down here, no one has talked about it, which is really just because, like, you know, Australia can be like that sometimes. But then you can't fucking comment. It's used the common American standard to see any game in any other fucking country and be like, whoa, what is this? That's so obscure.
Dude, no, this came from France, so that should apply here. But no, people do talk about it.
No, I mean, I mean games that are big in other countries. Like people were surprised that a fucking MOBA in China would have 100 million players, which is way more than any MOBA in America. It's like, why are you surprised? There's 1 billion people there.
What else can they do, man?
There's way more people there than America's ever had.
It's no, I'm not surprised.
But no, like
don't let me in with it.
That's the list of characters who didn't make it through.
I will say, thank God Piccolo's out.
I've mentioned before, but never really elaborated, and I don't intend to, that I do not care for the Champion Island thing. I have like no interest. But like I'm not gonna do a whole video on that because I don't want to dampen anyone's fun. I don't want to be like, oh, I'm not interested, and this is why you shouldn't be. People can have their fun. That's completely fine. The Slender Man thing just happened to line up. That was not planned.
Yeah, no.
If that at all helps or hampers him, then I think we should all blame Gumball because I do not deserve to be blamed for that.
I will be the martyr. Actually, American Martyrs so that had a good track record recently. Actually, I take that back. Blame Hyper instead.
So, yeah. What? I guess this is the part where you want to talk about what you're interested in.
I was going to suggest, let's say, any of the 16. We can even include the eliminated ones. What matchup would you expect? So I guess starting with Constantine, it would just be Rhino, right? I know that's Doctor Strange is like rising in popularity, but it's not gonna get more popular than Rhino,
Fuck
especially
Strange.
with the votes and if we take the casual casual people into account that have access to this vote, I think it would just be Rhino.
My go-to would be the Doctor if it weren't for the fact that it would be such a recent return. And while they didn't bring up like anything for the Doctor, admittedly, I just don't have interest in seeing him come back that quickly. And I do like Rhino. He's got a cool cat reference in his moveset, so we ball.
And Steve would fight Terrarian. I do know that other matchups exist, but at the same time, not really.
Terrarian's the yo-yo, but yes, probably. It would be that or something Lego related, but because it'd be
the
a fan
episode
vote,
would just be.
It would probably be Terraria guy, because the issue is that there are probably as many fans of Steve versus Terraria as there would be Steve versus Lego in general, and the Lego side is going to be split in two halves.
Yeah. And people reacted so well when it was Steve versus Emmett, remember?
Why isn't it Jesse? I want to see Ruben show up and die.
One of my favorite people in this community, his first one is Jesse Emmett, so I'm not gonna bash too hard on it. From what I hear, it's mainly the dynamic and not so much a character issue. Jesse can actually build fast, which bounces off of Emmett. Steve can. That's the big difference.
But I'll have a little bit of a who asked juice. Anyway, next.
I guess Shantae, because I don't like her chances, so we're just gonna get her out of the way. Most likely it'll be Shovel Knight, and that would make me leave the community for a good bit. I have been very public about the fact that Shovel Knight in Versus has been the most miserable experience I've ever had in. Let's see, I made the Discord server in 2019. So 7 years I have been here. It's gonna be 7 next year. I don't know why I thought 26.
I assumed that you had joined a year before you created it. That's why I wasn't going to jump you, but you deserve to be jumped.
Yeah, now I deserve to be jumped. Well, I've been watching the show since season 3. I was introduced to it back around season 2, fell off of it, and then I joined back around season 3, and I haven't really let go since.
So I really have no intrigue in Shantae's matchups. I think Bayonetta is a bit funny, but that's like so blatantly unbalanced.
If I had a role in it, I would want Lilac. But both for a friend, and I just think it's one of her best matchups. There's another one I like, but it is so insignificant compared to the rest of her matchup pool, it's not worth mentioning.
Anyway, next. That's not an option.
Spider-Man. Fuck, it's just gonna be Batman again. It's just gonna be Batman again. And that is why he has such a huge target on his back, despite not being that much of a threat. Because people have said vocally that they just want a rematch of this in particular. And like, if Batman comes back, if he fights another Marvel character, can it at least just be more thematic? Can it not be a rematch when he's already fought every Marvel character you guys threw him at already? Give me something new. Something. I like Punisher. I know a lot of people like James Bond. But this is about Spider-Man.
This is about Spider-Man.
He's going to fight. Yeah. He's going to fight.
Don't care for any of his
matchups. He's going to fight Batman.
So it's like.
He's going to fight Batman. But I think the most vocal support is Ladybug.
Yeah,
and that comes with its. Yeah, that comes with its own conversation. Not fit for this video.
If I wanted more French characters on Death Battle, it would be an Assassin's Creed rep.
Yeah, because you forgot the one that's a Game of the Year nominee.
Yeah, who cares? I didn't forget. I just don't. Give a
I
shit.
did. I was one of the few people to order.
I want
I was up.
Assassin's Creed.
Okay. You know what? That is valid. I really want. Would it be Ezio or Connor versus Prince of Persia? Which one works best?
Altair
Okay.
from the first game. I don't really care for any of
Got it.
Ezio's matchups much. I think Ezio and Prince both Ezio and Altair both make sense for the Prince, but I like the legacy more with Altair as it's the first one. It is the first one. He is the guy whose whole bit is trying to be the Prince of Persia, but with more assassinating and less magic bullshit. I say less magic bullshit. He is the longest wielder of an Apple of Eden to my memory.
Yeah. Okay. Next.
I believe Connor's matchup is Jin Sakai, and I don't know if Edward has a matchup. And then after Edward, the only one I think of any interest is Bayek, who also I don't think has a matchup.
All right. Next. Afton. I just want to get him out of the way, not in the sense that I want him eliminated, but in the sense that he has so many matchups to talk about.
I have
Chucky
no
already
idea what certainly would win that.
I know that Chucky is like really popular, but he already has a full-fledged animation that Nemesis reacted to.
Imagine he wins the island thing, and then suddenly just a bunch of people flood in from Reddit just so they can vote for Junko.
Junko is a very strong possibility. Hyper has his own story, also not fit for this video, but it is so much funnier knowing that story in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't like that matchup. I don't care for.
Oh yeah,
Traps.
no, I can't mention this here, but after recording them, I have to mention something to you.
You have to.
Awesome.
But I think Chucky has a good shot. Junko has a good shot. Everyone else is going to be killing each other. That's kind of the issue. It's what happened.
Yeah, anyway, let's ignore him. Let's get the British out the way. What's next?
The one who I think will probably just win the whole thing, Miku. Miku Barbie is going to be the one that wins. There's a lot of discussion. Eddie the Head, 2D from Gorillaz, a lot of musicians. Michael Jackson, I know. Luis pushes that one. I imagine that's going to be a loaded topic, but it's going to be Barbie. And this makes me absolutely excited for like a multitude of reasons. I do understand that comes with its own grievances, but I think if people stopped talking about it long enough, they would realize that it's not as weird as it seems on the surface.
Doesn't even seem that weird on the surface. People don't know anything about Barbie.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Her most prominent role is singer.
Mm-hmm.
Is singer. Pop star, rock star. That is the thing she does most. With Princess coming in probably third and Mermaid coming in second.
So we were talking about how Nemesis knows everything about kaijus. He also knows everything about Barbie. I wonder if there's someone out there who could take note of that. For future reference. Wink, wink.
Benjamin!
Nudge, nudge. I have a gun.
Summon me again! Call upon my powers, ye mighty, and hope.
You ain't getting Sam to watch every Barbie movie.
By the way, I don't not to rush, but I do kind of want to end this early.
All right. Okay. So the other characters and their most likely matchups. Hyper, just give us characters. Or it's like from the top 16.
Characters.
He's gonna immediately say something we talked about.
Did you say Flower yet?
No, we did not.
No idea
which
who
will
fight.
most likely be.
No real care.
I think most likely it will be the princess, which I have a lot of disdain against. But it's mostly because I think
that was supposed to be
I think
sincere, but it didn't come off that way.
Okay. And his second most popular would be, I guess, Monica, which I know a certain red little fellow who has words to say about that. There's a top 10 video on this channel.
God, if Red
in
showed
reference
up just now, that
to
would be
that
perfect.
character. I don't have those powers, not yet. It's a work in progress. Maybe if I wasn't so sick.
Anyway, next.
Free Ren.
No, Free Ren.
Free Ren. Yes. I I think her most popular is Tiki from Fire Emblem, but there are others like Edward Elric. Funny enough, but I think that's more recent, so I don't think it would have the commitment to make it to the end game.
Yeah, I really.
And then we have to talk. And then we gotta talk about Geats. We thought Springtrap had a funny matchup spread. What the fuck
Springtraps
is
all
Geats
make
doing,
sense.
bro?
Geats is Nero Claudius Caesar from Fate Extra, Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII, Bayonetta from I'm not sure. You'll have to remind me what series she's from.
Neo from the fucking Matrix.
I think Mr. X from To Be Hero, I think was one. Like, what? I've not seen Geats, obviously. I'm not going to see it for like probably another year at this point. I'm still on Gaim. A show. I was going to say great show, and then I had to pull back like, oh, it's got things going on.
I think the fact that his matchup spread is just wild justifies that he should get farther. Both in the sense that I want to understand what the fuck's going on, but at the same time, I really don't. I want to live for this intrigue. How did we get here? It's so fucking funny.
I will satisfy your curiosity by telling you, but only after about a year. So you will get to enjoy both sensations for a while. There you go.
Yeah, if Miku doesn't win this, I want it to be Geese. I will say that up front.
Okay,
next. Meta Knight.
It's gonna be Zero.
This is basically... Yep. Pac-Man. It's just gonna be Luigi next.
Yeah.
And then Slender Man. I imagine Nem has ideas, but whatever... No one can really seem to nail down Slender Man matchups. People say the old man for the S&D Foundation. How many fucking people...
It's gonna be Sadako that would win this.
It would be Sadako.
Whether I like it or
I
not.
forgot about that for a second. I have some friends in the server. They're binge watching all the Rain movies. They were just watching this. I forget what it's called, but they were so bored and miserable throughout it. And they finished it. They were like, "That was the fourth best movie we watched in this marathon so far."
Yeah, so the Ring movies aren't great. They technically have a better track record than Slender Man.
Well, Slender Man was a one and done. Thankfully,
sadly not true.
But
there are two officially licensed Slender Man movies, Slender Man and Always Watching a Marble Hornet Story. There is also the unofficial Slender and Slender Man, which are both miserable.
I don't understand what it is with Slender Man's extended media.
Marble Hornets is good.
Anything? Yeah, no, Marble Hornets is good.
Everyman Hybrid's not bad. That's not official at all, but it is notable. But then like his best scaling comes from the Child Predation show, which no thank you. And then his other best scaling comes from a show that he does not appear in. No thank you. Which is
just
fun.
like Nixon.
He appears in Monument Mythos and Nixonverse, you know. More than Slender Man in Angel's Game, where he's just mentioned.
Slender Man versus Nixon. Fuck
now
it,
his
sure.
his best regen does come from something he doesn't show up in technically. House.
All right.
I guess Slender Man versus
right,
Bigfoot would be funny, but they're gonna do Nessie, and I'm totally okay with that.
I'm moving on now.
Yes. Next.
Ash Williams. I considered him like the people's champion before Geats had all that momentum. But he's
I feel like
my friends want.
He'll fight Franklin West, I imagine.
Frank West and Herbert West are his two most popular. They're not related. That's really funny.
But sadly,
I know that Denji is
no Finn Shepard rep.
That's reserved for Flint Lockwood.
Yeah, I guess I'll take that too. Either way, I'm not super into most of Ash's matchups, but like I like Ash, so there's something there. If I need to make sure I consistently bug Maxwell, because he would absolutely be editing it, to include he is not Boomstick in the sidebar. Like spaced out, like he is not Boomstick, but not the specific wording of my character's name. Just to have that there.
I know that Denji is rising in popularity, and I think with how popular Chainsaw Man is, if that's provided as an option, it has a good foot in the race. Simply for the casual crowd.
I know that it was actually quite popular before Chainsaw Man got too far. Like early on, that was like the matchup for Denji when it was like new. That's kind of how I first kind of heard of it, was people talking about.
I
Ash versus
wonder
Jason
I wonder if it'll have the longevity to compete with his matchup spread these
Anyway,
days.
next, chop, kid.
Sakuya. Who the fuck is Sakuya fight? This is the one where I'm completely stumped.
My only interest in Sakuya is Regal Nightbug showing up in the analysis. Next.
Damn. Hyper, we need an assist.
Why would I know anything about this? Why?
This isn't fucking Phoenix Wright. Guarantee if Phoenix Wright was in here, Hyper and I would have spent like 30 minutes talking about him and going completely off topic.
Bro,
Exactly.
even more fucking talking around the Phoenix Wright fan fiction in the goddamn podcast.
Reality slips far away. Okay, next.
Welcome, Shu. It appears that Phoenix Wright didn't make it in champion time. Duck this off your pay.
Hey, bud, how'd it go? I didn't make it onto the island, Gumshoe. Oh, now how did that happen, right? This must be Gumshoe's fault.
I put my entire retirement fund in that cruise ride to get you up there for the admission.
Gumshoe, I'm doubling your pay. What do you mean doubling it? You're already in the negatives.
I'm this close, pal.
That was a mathematics joke that I don't think landed because y'all don't know mathematics.
No, I understand math. That's why
Okay.
I was trying to continue with Gumshoe.
Okay, so next.
All right. I'm trying to remember. You're a person who's really sick right now. Henry. Yeah, Henry's just gonna fight the second coming.
All right, and then I don't think you.
I
don't think you mentioned Samus.
That's right. Samus, I feel like would just fight Honkai because that's Honkai's Star Rail, and I think if that's an option, it's going to be a lot of gotcha players interested. But to circle back to Henry for a bit, fuck, I really want him to fight Problem Sleuth.
Cry about it.
So annoying. Henry's most popular matchup is one that I'm teetering almost to the word hate. And it's a shame because Henry's one of my favorite characters ever, man.
It's gonna be Henry versus
And
Red.
I don't.
Let's get Henry versus Red on Death Battle, folks. Let's make that the most
Bro,
viewed, second most viewed Death Battle as well.
Let's get it right this time.
Your mother. And I think that would wrap things up. And yeah.
I believe so. Yeah, we had to cut some other ones because of how far gone we've been.
Next time we'll probably go back a bit further into some of the stuff that was missed, but this, because most of it is just spending time talking about Death Battle anyway. This is the Death Battle special.
Yes. Yeah, we're on the island. We're in the jacuzzi, watching the waves crash against the shore. The dolphins.
I appreciate Hyper referring to Champions Island as like Survivor, even though I think all of us know that the majority of Death Battle fans would understand way better if you described it as like Total Drama.
By the way, when it was on People's to make characters for this event, not a single one did Chris McClane, and I'm so fucking upset.
No, that makes sense. Chris McClane's not a competitor; he's the host.
I know. I thought it would be really funny and ironic. No
one submitted Matt Pat, huh?
He's too busy doing his politics shit, man. he has no time to lose to Adam Conover.
Anyway, so I think that's about all, and we can end it here, I think.
Yep. Yep.
Say goodbye.
Yep. Part where the recording cuts mid-sentence again. We really like doing that. We're gonna keep doing it.
But hey, that's just a catch-up. A crossover catch-up. Thanks for watching.